Hello, in this presentation, I'm going to be talking with you about developing a customer focus. Customer focus is a commitment to providing high-quality customer service to all customers. Businesses and other organizations must maintain an effective customer focus in order to attract and maintain customers. What's important to note here is there are two different types of customers that I want to make sure we distinguish the difference between. There's internal customers and there's external customers. External customers are the people or other organizations that buy or use the products and services provided by the organization. A consumer who buys a new washing machine is an external customer of an appliance store. In contrast, internal customers are departments or employees within an organization who use the products or services provided by others within the organization. Because employees in the printing services department of a company serve the needs of other employees, these other employees are the internal customers of the workers in the printing department. So it's really important to note that there are two different types of customers, and we must treat each customer with respect so that we can maintain mutually beneficial relationships with them. So why is it so important to maintain a customer focus? Well, if we are good to our customers, they're going to be more likely to buy from our company again. And it also would lead to an increase in sales and profits. Now, if our organization is a nonprofit, we want to make sure we're having a customer focus in order to seek to provide products or services to other groups of people. And we can profit from having a good reputation or customer focus with our community. The better that is, the more likely people are going to want to give to our nonprofit. So one of the ways we can have some of the different customer focus strategies that we can utilize in our journey to provide excellent customer service is to make sure we are showing respect for our customers. Customers should always be treated fairly and with respect. They should be given an explanation if there's a question about a product or services. We should be seeking our customers' input and taking the time to ask questions and give customers the opportunity to express their opinions, both positive and negatively, about the quality of products or services our business would provide. We really want to try to go the extra mile for them and do something special or extra that's not required as part of our job or an obligation to the customer. When we do these types of things, our customers are going to really remember that, and it's really going to work wonders for establishing that relationship. Maintaining effective relationships will strengthen our ability to provide that excellent customer service. When we take responsibility, if our company does make a mistake, the key is to apologize quickly for the error and then to try the best you can to try to solve the problem for the client. Now, when you are working with that upset customer, another thing you want to try to do is when they're explaining the situation, you want to be a good listener. So it goes back to our listening skills we talked about last week. And we want to make sure we follow up with any issues they have. So if we say we will, we need to make sure we stick with our word on that. And we want to make sure we're trying to be positive and helpful. Showing a positive attitude by attempting to help customers even when we don't have the answer, again, will work towards our customer focus, great customer focus for our company. Next, let's look at some of the skills we can use to solve problems when we encounter problems when working with customers. One of the first steps we want to do is identify the problem. The next thing you can do is collect and analyze information. Then, after you've done that, you can determine different options that you have available. You should then evaluate those options and then try to implement one of your possible options or solutions, and then evaluate how that solution has turned out. Okay? Some additional things you can do regarding your nonverbal communication skills, which we talked about last week, is to convey without words that we are paying attention to them. So using eye contact, how, if we're in person with them, how our facial expressions are coming across. Are we showing interest? Are we showing attention to them? How are we doing with those things? Are we showing effective listening? Are we doing listening that shows we care about the customer and respect their questions and concerns? Effective listening requires that you're focused on what the other person is saying and not on what's happening around you. We can also work on our human relations skills, and that's showing respect for others, having empathy for others, and showing support and for the skills and ideas they're demonstrating. So we want to make sure we're listening, that we're not interrupting, and that we're listening for pauses in the conversation, for opportunities for us to get back into the conversation and try to solve the customer's concerns. Okay, we're also going to be looking at telephone customer service skills in this week's unit. And so some of the main things here we want to be doing when we're on the phone with a customer is we want to be listening for the facts. We want to search for subtle meanings that might be coming through in what the customer is saying. We want to be patient. We want to put a smile on our face as we're listening to their concerns. And we want to repeat back to the customer what we believe the customer said. And then we want to act on handling the problem or the issue. So those are some good reminders on telephone customer service skills. You'll have some additional learning activities within this unit to practice and prepare for telephone customer service skills. And then a little bit about handling some of the difficult situations. We're going to get some difficult customers. They're not all going to be easy. And so when that happens, we want to try to be proactive and anticipate what their needs might be. We want to make sure we're definitely providing solutions for them. We want to make sure we stay polite and we show some empathy towards their situation. And if there's some blame to be given to the company, we want to accept that blame and say, you know what, that is our mistake. We are so sorry. We apologize for that error and we'll do our best to fix it. And we want to try to offer more than one solution when we do our solution brainstorming. Some helpful statements you might want to try when you're working with a difficult customer can be things such as, well, these are some statements you can say to yourself to help yourself from getting upset. You can say things like, I'll be patient and I'll try to see things from the customer's perspective. I will not get angry. I will have been successful in situations such as this one in the past, and I can be successful again. I care about the people, and I know that most people are not difficult. So that's some things you can say to yourself, some self-talk, to try to get yourself through some of those difficult customers. Now, sometimes we're going to get real unreasonable or abusive customers, and so we have to really be careful about that. Some things we can do is try to not let ourselves become angry again. We need to look for points of agreement with the customer. We can ask a customer who continues to be abusive to us to please calm down and call back later. So if you're going to continue talking to me this way, I'm not going to be able to help you, sir. We can try following our company policy regarding incidents of abusive customers. If they really are getting abusive, you can say, per our company policy, we don't. When we encounter someone who's swearing, we're asked to have them call back at a later time when they've calmed down. Sorry, I cannot help you at this time, sir. And then you could hang up your phone. So those are some things you can try when you're getting those really angry customers. You'll have a couple other learning activities, articles that give some suggestions with handling these populations of customers this week as well. So in general, we want to make sure that we are providing excellent customer service. It's very important to the success of our business and other organizations. When we're talking about internal customer service, it's just as important to treat your coworker in your department well as it is to treat the janitor staff at your organization well, because you never know when you're going to need something from one of those individuals in those departments. And the nicer you are with your customer service, the more you go out of your way to be helpful to others in other departments, the more they're going to want to help you in turn. So mutually beneficial relationships and internal customers are very, very beneficial to a business professional, especially an office professional, in getting things accomplished throughout their day. If you can develop these skills, it's going to really help you to be successful in interacting with all the customers you encounter throughout the day, internally and externally. We're going to practice these customer service skills through email, telephone, and depending on your position, you could have some web customer service as well. So it's going to come in different forms. I hope this helps serve as an introduction to customer service and customer focus. Thank you.